Yeah, good afternoon, Ms.Jai Bapat. Good to have you back at Health Education Library for People. Today's topic, assertiveness skills. Could you just tell us a brief of what you would be covering in this talk today?
Assertiveness skills, generally we just vaguely use it or just say talk assertively, but we don't know exactly what assertiveness is all about. Generally what happens is whenever we need to talk, assertiveness is basically you don't talk it in an intimidating way, as well as you make it sure that you are firm in whatever you're speaking, which is not aggressive, but you are still assertive. You are calm and you're poised. You are assertive in your body language as well. That's what assertiveness skills is all about. Okay. Assertiveness communication. I want from you all people, not from my part, but all of you people, what do you think assertiveness is all about?
Getting one point across.
Yeah, correct. That's true.
Without hurting the other person's
feelings. Yes, ego, correct. You were saying something.
I was just going to say the same thing, but assertiveness, according to me, is saying whatever you want in a very positive and cool and calm way. That's what you said. That is a very difficult thing to do.
Correct.
Because if the opposite person is in a negative frame of mind, he does not agree with you.
Correct. So
then, to sort of communicate with that person without losing your cool.
It's a difficult task.
It's a difficult thing.
Correct.
That is why I'm here today. Because I cool.
See, what you can do at that point of time, maybe just go out of that situation, tell that person, talk to me after 10 minutes. Okay, rather than just speaking anything about it, or you are losing your cool, that at that point of time you understand that you are losing your cool, right? So you can tell that person, the opposite person, talk to me after 10 minutes. Okay, or take a glass of water and just go out for a walk. Do something which is making sure that you are not in that situation. Yes, because if you're out of it, your stress level, your anger level cools down, right? Anything else? Yeah.
Assertiveness, you cannot label to a person. It is a situational base, and we are all in different phase. But assertiveness, when in any situation, will be without hurting others' right. Put across your whatever you have in mind.
Correct.
In a calm and cool way.
Correct.
Without violating others' right.
Correct. Anything from you?
I think assertiveness comes in 3 or 4 different ways.
Correct.
First
That's
thing
true.
is one is, as ma'am rightly said, and second thing is making sure the other person comprehends, not understands. He comprehends what you have in your mind. And as Mr. Nadkarni mentioned, that is also talking the legal aspect of it. Again, like, me and someone is having a fight, and if I say, like, Toshiba TV is, you should never buy it. And I would say again, like, you can't be judgmental. So explaining the person, that is also assertiveness. And coming down to his level, making sure the person understands it well.
So what we can say, is assertiveness a behavior or is a process?
It's a process.
Getting a point across.
So you need to make it sure it's a thinking process, and you make it sure you inculcate that habit. Yeah?
At that time.
Yes, exactly. It will take a lot of time to inculcate and understand, the concept of assertiveness. Alright, so it's a behavior as well as a process that we learn every day in and out. Okay, so let us understand what assertiveness. Okay, from my background, I think a few people are new. I am Ms.Jai Bapat. I'm a counseling psychologist. I practice in Kharghar, and I basically deal with kids as well as adults. I have started currently my main therapy practices, cognitive behavior therapy and rational emotive behavior therapy. So let us understand what exactly is assertiveness. Yeah. Assertiveness is basically express your views clearly and articulately without being aggressive. this main aggression, you know, that goes in our tone, voice, as well as our body language. Give other people an opportunity to express their opinions, letting them dominate a conversation, having the courage to express your own feelings and thoughts when it's appropriate. It is also a communication style that can be useful in jobs or academic interviews, presentation, public speaking. Assertiveness can be used in various areas of life. That would be relationship, the way it is said, job interviews, academic interviews, presentations, public speaking skills, relationships, family matters, peer pressure, if something is in college, school life. Yes, in every walk of life. These are like the few benefits of being assertive. You feel more confident. You are being able to relax more, having a greater awareness of own needs and a greater ability to meet them, as well as being able to create personal and professional goals instead of putting everyone else's first or getting distracted. What happens in Indian culture? We generally what we do is दूसरा कह रहा है ना तो ठीक है, आपकी मानते हैं हम, मैं अपने जो विचार है वो अभी के लिए रख देती हूँ. Maybe Indian ladies, they'll first think about the family, they'll first think about their kids, they'll not think about their views or their opinions, what they want to do. Maybe they are doing certain things in a certain particular period of time, but they are not able to speak it up because they think नहीं family first आ जाएगी, या फिर बच्चे हैं तो उनको संभालना है. So the reason they are not being assertive, that creates a lot of frustration. Also, a lot of confidence is low because they're not speaking out whatever they think. What happens when you talk it out to someone or when you share your views? I feel this is more, in my opinion, this is correct. So you feel much more calmer. You don't feel कि अरे नहीं उसको कैसे लगेगा या क्या होगा, हम उस बारे में सोचते नहीं हैं, हम हमारे views देने की कोशिश करते हैं. So also you are more relaxed because you don't keep on thinking about what others will think about it. There are few rights and responsibilities in assertiveness. The first three are the rights. The first three principles are expressed as rights. The fourth principle is expressed as responsibility. The right to express your feelings and opinions. It is that you are entitled to express your feelings and opinion in a reasonable manner. Other people are entitled to express their feelings and opinion in a reasonable manner and to be treated with respect. What happens in debate? You put forth your opinion. Then suggestions, exactly. Somewhere like that. In any condition and any situation, you put forth something. So, and that is, I think, your basic right. That you need to talk about whatever you feel at that point of time. Same goes with other people. Other people are also entitled to express their feelings and opinion in a reasonable manner and to be treated with respect. The way we also feel that नहीं मुझे भी respect चाहिए, so you need to talk it out, you need to speak up in a particular way. This is the first one. This is one of the first three principles are rights. We also have right to say no. Generally what happens, maybe college students होते हैं, they go out partying and all. अगर कोई drinks ले रहा है, alcohol, they have started taking alcohol. Some people may feel कि नहीं alcohol लेना नहीं चाहिए. At times peer pressure से भी आ जाता है कि नहीं you have to take because you are part of our group.
Same is with smoking.
Yes.
That's how smoking starts.
Yes.
Because peer pressure.
Yes, peer pressure. And what happens is if you are not if you say no, then it's like you are not part of that group. Yeah. तुम तो कुछ करते ही नहीं हो. Or also the fact that relationship. If you don't have a boyfriend or girlfriend, you are not part of a group. तुम क्या करोगे आके हमारे group में? Right, somewhere like that. So it becomes aloofness. फिर मैं इनके साथ जा नहीं सकता because I can't drink, I can't smoke, because they go outing, they go in big shot pubs and clubs. They go.
In order to get accepted by them, you have
Yes.
to do all this.
Yes,
although
yes,
you don't
yes.
like them.
Yes, yes. But there are times when you say no, they will, you have set a limit for yourself. If, you know, this is my limit. You know, this is my, the right to say no. You can say no if you're asked to do something and you don't want to do. The same way I said about smoking and drinking, the way you said about smoking. Drinking with the same way. Other people are entitled to say no. Sometimes if you ask them to do something they do not want to do. Any idea or any example that you can give regarding to this?
Like you ask a favor of someone and that person is being inconvenienced. Very few people can say no. Some people find it very difficult, like I also. Find it difficult to say no if a person asks me a favor and I cannot do it. And I have to sort of refuse it. So that no comes out in a very, no, I don't think so, like that.
Okay.
I can't say flatly, no, sorry, I cannot do it.
Correct.
You know?
Correct. So what are the other ways that you come up with, or strategies that you come up with?
Then I have to give some excuse for saying no, because I at the same time I don't want to hurt that person. I don't want to feel that I'm not a good friend or a companion or whatever.
Same ways you also start feeling guilty about, I have to say no to this person.
Exactly, yeah.
May I add something here?
Yeah.
If you go roundabout in saying no, it will not help.
Correct.
Right? It's without hesitance, I should just say, I'm sorry, no.
Yes.
It can't be.
Yes. Yes. I'm sorry.
Goes home if it is brief and precise.
Correct. You have to be more specific and precise whenever you're saying no. That's also one
Like
thing.
a person asks you for a loan of money.
Yeah.
Sorry,
And
I
you
can't
know,
do it.
and you know that person is in need, that
Correct.
need.
Correct.
But at the same time, you review your situation, and it's difficult, to say no at that time.
Correct. Correct.
Because at one end, you think that no, I should help that person.
Correct.
And then you think of your own financial position at that point of time, and then it is difficult to sort of, come.
Sort it out and say what kind of words, what kind of words that you can use so that you can say
you
no.
unnecessarily feel guilty.
Exactly.
Actually you should not, but
Out of your personal conviction.
Correct. Exactly.
The right to say no is being prerogative, because it is
Yeah,
your
yeah.
solution.
Simply
Prerogative.
give some cause to
It is your prerogative to say yes or no.
You were saying something?
simply give some cause to go away from environment, that environment.
You were saying something? तुम्हें क्या बोला तो था?
my this thing is many a time what happens, like it all depends on your interest and other parties' interest.
Correct.
It may be friend, it may be relation. So in any situation, if you are clear what you want or you don't
Correct.
want, then other person also he may not respect at that time.
Correct.
But he realizes that his liking is this
Yes.
and my liking is this, then that creates a relationship.
And within one go, you cannot say no.
Yeah,
You need
yeah.
to practice it maybe before getting a call or before anything happen. You assume कि अगर ऐसी situation आ सकती है, you might practice this yourself, in front of mirror or with someone else. How you can say no. Then only after a lot of practice you can definitely go for it. Yeah, you were saying something?
It has to be an unqualified no. The moment I start qualifying no, then I enter into a dialogue.
Correct.
Then maybe I'll be waiting around.
Yes.
I lose the point.
But it also depends on the relationship you have with that person.
Correct.
Regardless of the
If I get a
relationship.
phone call saying, Madam, insurance buy karo, ICICI ka card buy karo, I can say no for that.
Yeah, that's there. That's there.
If a friend asks me for a favor, I think of our relationship, and then
Correct.
it's difficult to say no.
Correct. That's because you haven't said no in pretty long years of time. Maybe you haven't seen your parents or in situations in your environment, people are saying no to other person. If you would have seen, कैसे होता है ये धारणाएं हमारी? We are looking from generations to generation. We look up at our parents, in what way they deal with other people, in what situations they are talking to other people, right? So we observe and we try to model that. Same way it happens here as well. Whenever you, if you have seen your father or mother saying no, bluntly, तो आप थोड़ा वो मॉडल कर सकते हो and you can inculcate that habit in you. If you haven't said, or if you haven't seen any of your family members, close members whom you really admire or admire and look up to, बहुत डिफ़िकल्ट होता है ये नो बोलना, क्योंकि ये हमारे बहुत सालों से धारणाएं बनी रहती हैं और उनको तोड़ना भी बहुत ज़्यादा मुश्किल होता है. So that is the reason it might be very difficult for you. I can understand, because even I am at times it's very difficult to say no. But there is a there is a way, or you might take out some strategies and work on it. कि नहीं चाहिए, I don't want to do it right now. Okay.
I think it comes to if I am prepared to accept a no.
Yes.
Then I am in a position to give also an answer as a no.
Yes,
So
possibility.
I have to first learn to accept no as an answer.
Correct. So it maybe आपको फिर कोई क्रिएट करनी पड़ेगी ऐसे एनवायरनमेंट कि लोग ना बोले आपको, या फिर कभी आपको या फिर that's there. If you really want that to happen, then एक तो एनवायरनमेंट क्रिएट करना पड़ेगा, या फिर or deliberately make up a situation that someone actually says no to you then.
And this happens because we all think saying no is a rejecting person.
Correct.
It is not.
Correct.
Saying no for a particular
Yes.
demand.
Yes.
I mean, it's not you're not rejecting a person. But we think मेरा friend है और relation है, ना बोलेगा तो वो hurt हो जाएगा.
Correct.
So as if I am rejecting him.
Very true. It's particularly that particular situation. I don't like it, and that's the reason I'm saying no to it. That specific situation and moment.
If you're sure the opposite person is going to take your no in a very positive manner, then you can do it very easily.
That's
But
there.
when you know that person is going to feel hurt, and
Maybe कितने दिन तक रहेगा?
that is true. But at that
Do you
time,
have any
that is
evidence
like-
कि वो बहुत दिनों तक रहेगा? एक साल, he will not talk to, that person will not talk to you forever, anything.
That is too much example.
उससे कम होगा ही ना, right? उससे कम होगा ही. So it might, so that person will also realize कि इन्होंने अगर आपको कुछ पूछना है तो वो भी एक लिमिट में होना चाहिए ना. So that person will start realizing it, that you said no for a particular reason, right? That's the whole. बहुत कम दिन तक वो मतलब नाराज रहेंगे आपसे.
What happens if it really happens in a marriage?
Then go for a psychologist. I'll have to look up for the situation first, then work on it.
Then the history comes.
Exactly.
You said that no, and I did it, and I did it, and you said yes. Right from there, I did it.
Go in circles. No, I had gone for a divorce counseling, and I had witnessed a situation like this where people, those who had a fight, that was all about like the wife did not like the husband taking up that particular job, and he was trying to say, no, I can't change my job. This is what I've been dying to take up this job all my life, and she was just not happy. And again, there's a question of saying no, and she just couldn't take it. They got divorced at the end. It was terrible.
That's because she somewhere said to herself that no is rejection. He is rejecting me totally as a person.
Absolutely, that's what people
Job is
do
more
most of the
important
time.
than
Exactly.
Many times that happens. I mean, that we feel.
Yeah.
the typical way of a wife thinking,
Yeah.
I'm less important than your car, I'm less important than your job, I'm
Correct.
less important
Correct.
than your mother, your parents.
Correct. Yeah. You were saying something?
No, that's not actually the case, and unfortunately, I'm so glad Ram just mentioned it, that women really take those things at a level.
Personally.
Yes, they do, and it happens. There was a nice theatre about it. Tyati Ganchi Goshto. Have you heard of it?
Yeah,
I
might
saw it. It was amazing, and where the lady just becomes schizophrenic at the end. This is what my husband did, and throughout the life, I mean, she literally gets rid of him and raises the alone single child, and it becomes a terror at the end. And she's a professor.
So what happens is the no is a label that everyone labels themselves as a whole. Like अगर ना कह रहा है तो मुझ में ही something is wrong, or they are rejecting me. How can they do that? Some other it would be like a what in REBT and CBT we say, like I am a worthless person, or I am an unlovable person. That's the core belief that we talk about. So ना कहा तो मैं ऐसी ही हूँ, ये खुद लेबल हम खुद को ही लगाते हैं without even thinking about what the other person might be going through. Alright, you might be in a different situation, you said no for a particular situation, that person doesn't know, but still he's labeling himself that she said no because I think I'm an unlivable, or I'm an unworthy person.
तो इधर फ्रेंड्स के साथ मिले तो बोले थे सिगरेट पीना क्या होता है थोड़ा,
हाँ,
ड्रिंक्स ले लो, क्या है, they force.
Yeah, they force a lot. Saying no, it's like तुम नहीं कह सकते ना, हाँ कह ही नहीं सकते, ऐसे हो जाता है. The third one is the right to make mistakes. It's okay to make mistakes, and no one is perfect. A lot of times we also tell ourselves, how can I make that mistake, how can I make that stupid mistake, I should be perfect, or I should do things in a particular way, I should not make a single mistake. So as a psychologist we ask, are you a superman, are you a superwoman, that you are not supposed to make a mistake? Even superman, superwoman can make mistakes, right? Even for that matter, Harry Potter ho gaya, baki ke aur superheroes ho gaye, that also make mistakes. And also it's okay for others to make mistakes. This is all about how we accept ourselves as a whole. Unconditional self-acceptance that we have for ourselves, as well as unconditional other acceptance about the other people around you. Because a lot of times we don't accept ourselves because of a small mistake that we did. Maybe like, oh, I'm going wrong in my presentation. That's such a mistake. There are like so good people sitting here. I don't know what they'll think about me. इसकी वजह से मैं कभी presentation ही नहीं दे पाऊंगी. So a lot of, there is a certain thought process. Also, I'm labeling that I cannot do anything now. I will not be able to deal with this at all. Also, if someone else make a mistake, then we label that person, अरे ये तो ऐसा ही है, ये तो ऐसे ही करता रहता है, ये कुछ कर ही नहीं सकता. So also we need to understand self-acceptance, unconditional self-acceptance, as well as unconditional other acceptance. We need to understand that even that person is a human being and can make mistakes. So we need to accept that person totally as a whole, without labeling. At that point maybe हम कह सकते ये situation में उसने ये गलत काम किया, हम उसके स्वभाव पे जाएंगे, उसकी पूरे क्या कहते हैं, पूरे इंसान को वो लेबल नहीं कर सकते, या फिर ना करे तो अच्छा है.
जैसे ना, you condemn behavior, not a person.
Correct. Yes, very true. You had something in your mind?
No, I'm good.
I just thought so. Okay, the fourth is responsibility, the responsibility for making decisions. You are responsible for making your decisions. Other people do not need to take responsibility for your life. I think हर घर की कहानी है, हम कह सकते हैं. A lot of times parents, kids depend on their parents. Why? Because the parents is taking all possible decisions of that kid's life. Only child, it's possible कि हाँ सारे decisions parents नहीं लेने चाहिए, जो कुछ है. पर problem कैसे होता है कि they don't understand that they're somewhere depending on their parents, and they are not able, they are losing the skill of decision making, because when they grow up they don't understand what is correct, what is not. At one point they'll be like, even the parents might start labeling the kid, you are not able to take your own decision, that might be career, because the parents made it sure that they take their decision. Same goes with other people are responsible for making their own decisions. You do not need to take responsibility for their lives. Can anyone give the example for this second one? Other people are responsible for making their own decisions.
Like in any business situations, suppose in different departments when they interact, I mean the motive and the goals may be different, but ultimately the goal of the company's progress, then some decision makes, there is a blame in the meeting and all these things. So at that time department head should make it clear that my responsibility is this, providing information, how to use that information is your this thing.
Correct.
So if that is clear, then the debate is good.
You were saying something?
Yeah, you easily spot that. No, I was saying between a parent and a child wants to take a certain course.
Yes,
And
very true.
And the parent says has other ideas.
Yes.
Like you should be doctor and all that. And the child wants to go for arts like singing or painting or some photography or something like that. And when the child takes up the course of his choice or her choice, and then when he finds that no, it is not his cup of tea. So at that time, the child, as a child or as a teenager or whatever, you should own up that yes, it was my responsibility. I have taken this decision. I must stick by it, or I must do something else about it.
Agreed. Also with this, the whatever decisions you're making, you need to accept that this was my decision and I am no one to blame it to other people. Those might be parents, those might be colleagues, those might be peers, anyone in the society or anyone in that particular area of group, we can say.
So my son would tell me, let me make mistakes. I am not going to listen to you. You think I am going to I've made a wrong mistake. I made a wrong decision. Let me make my mistakes. I'll learn from them. But then I tell him that sometimes it's too late to correct your mistakes.
Correct.
But then if he has a mind of his own, he's not going to listen.
Correct.
He
Because
will
they,
make mistakes, he will suffer.
Yeah, because they had decided in my mind, whatever my mom's going to tell, I'm just going to be like deaf ears, and then I'm going to do whatever I think. Right. Yesterday I had that case itself. You know, the child wanted to go for BMS, but he took 1 year. He initially wanted to go to Pune. Before joining date, one day before that, he said, I don't want to go to Pune because I want to stay with you people. That happened. 1 year he completed his BMS. Then he couldn't score pretty good marks. His father was like, no, go to Chennai. Now he has again come back from Chennai and he's like, I don't like the environment, and the university is not deemed, it has lost its status and everything. So now he's like, what to do, what not to do, in what possible way should I tell it to my parents. You know, similar case that what you said, you know, careers, it's like the father thought ye yahan pe Chennai jaake acha karega, but the son is like, he did pretty well, but then he's like, no, abhi mujhe pasand nahi aa raha hai. अभी मुझे फिर से आना है BMS कोर्स करना है. So now it's like, I had to make him understand that you need to take your decisions, decision making, assertiveness, a lot of life skills training. And because there was one point the child was going into depression. Luckily he came very early, so easily diagnosed and all, so not an issue.
So how do you judge how the child is in depression?
Symptoms would be like, not eating, not sleeping on time, communication. Maybe like, not doing the daily course that he was doing earlier. It should be more than 15 days. 15 days agar aap aise dekh rahe ho, then possibility you ask the child. Also the fact that he's sad most of the time. Whatever you talk, he's not positive at all. He'll be like, कोई अच्छा चीज़ों में भी बुरी चीज़ देखने लगेंगे कि नहीं ये तो हो ही नहीं रहा है, ये मुझसे होगा ही नहीं. Losing confidence level. 15 days to 1 month, we'll just check out. 3 weeks, 15 days to 3 weeks you see, and then post that, if you really feel that this is happening with a kid or someone nearby, then you ask for help. The fourth one was responsibility. The other 3 were rights that people abide to themselves. Okay, effective communication. Listening effectively. There are many reasons why listening effectively can help you to express yourself and be more effective in getting across your viewpoints and wishes. There are like the way we have ingredients for our recipe for our some food. There are ingredients for good listening as well. Giving your full attention, focusing on what the other person is saying, ask appropriate question, commenting on what they are saying in a constructive and positive way. I hope you're good listening right now.
Yes.
And I hope you are commenting in a constructive and positive way.
Yes. All right. So a lot of times it happens we don't listen to what other people has to say. I think that's the...
It happens many a time.
Yes.
Because many a time what happens, you will see when 2 persons are talking, उसका सेंटेंस कंप्लीट होने के पहले you will say because you haven't listened at all.
Yes, yes, yes.
Because everybody is eager to say मेरे को क्या लग रहा है.
मेरा ओपिनियन क्या है या फिर मुझे क्या लग रहा है वो ही उनको बताना होता है. ज़्यादातर हम सुनने के बजाय बोलना ज़्यादा पसंद करते हैं. Also labeling someone, you know, we don't easily accept it. Sorry.
You lose focus sometimes when the other person.
Yeah,
Your mind goes to some other topic, you know.
It keeps on wandering?
Yeah, it keeps on wandering.
This is mainly happening because somewhere I read your speaking rate is 250 words per minute around and thinking is more than 600 words per minute. So naturally it will wander.
Yeah, because you think a lot. There are like 10 things coming into my...
Speaking, our rate is 250 words, but our thinking is more than 600.
Yeah. So while you are telling me, you have 10 other things in your mind right now. Okay, maybe like, you know, घर जाने के बाद अभी क्या करना है? You know, what are the other things that I can do in the evening when I'm going from here now? अभी बहुत हो गया. Right? See, a lot of things come in our mind. In what way we are focused? The way you said, we lose focus, and that's very true. I think we not more than 20 minutes. Our focus is there only for 20 minutes. Post that, it keeps on wandering. It's our job. You need to make it so that we are focused that way. Okay. We saw about effective communication, listening, how good listener you are, as well as there are 3 core listening skills. One is paraphrasing. The example is, ever since I had the accident, I had found I need much more sleep. So the paraphrase would be, the accident had left you tired. The second one is summarizing. Like whatever the person has said, you just summarize it in gist. So feeding back the main points in whatever someone has said, take a left from the signal and then take right from the hill. Summarizing would be left through the signal and down the hill then right. A lot of times, even giving instructions, we are talking in big sentences. So it's better if we summarize it in, you know, small. Summarizing would be in gist as well as in small sentence. You know, big words in small sentences, we can say. Reflecting. Show that you understand the significance of what someone is saying to you. Example, when my kids went to university, I spent a lot of day not knowing what to do and tried getting on the routine task. Reflecting would be, when children went to the university, it left a gap in your life. So I think this is pretty easy, precise in whatever reflecting or paraphrasing or summarizing has said, you know. बहुत precise, specific skills हैं ये. Okay, type of assertiveness. There are like 4 types. Non-assertive behavior, I am not okay, you are okay. Assertive behavior, I am okay, you are okay. Assertive behavior would be whatever you are saying is specific, concrete and to the point without hurting other people's feeling. Aggressive behavior would be, I am okay, you are not okay, because you are getting aggressive and that person is not willing to say or understand whatever you are saying because it's an aggressive behavior. Manipulative, I'm not okay, you are not okay. Because you are manipulating, that person knows you are manipulating, so whatever you are saying, it's not okay, and that person also knows it's not okay. Alright, so these are the various types of assertiveness, non-assertive behavior, assertive behavior as well. So this is just a the types, as well as we have particular behavior, like, you know, are you positive and assertive? Generally, when we are not assertive, we have a negative attitude or negative label to it. So that might be non-assertive behavior, aggressive behavior and manipulative behavior. Assertive behavior would be mostly positive attitude, and then you have an assertive behavior. Difference between these 3 concepts: passive, assertive and aggressive. Passive would be too nice, too sweet. Assertive would be firm, clear with messages, and aggressive would be mean. I think we see a lot of these in people around us. We see a lot of these. This is very rare. Like I statements, well-respected, self-accepting, self-aware, self-confident, powerful, comfortable. Even assertive people, they're more comfortable with what and how they are because they accept themselves unconditionally rather than telling themselves अरे मेरी skin ही अच्छी नहीं है, मेरे बाल ही अच्छे नहीं है, I'm too short or I'm too tall. Passive would be low self-esteem, shame, guilt, denial. Hold it in would be जो कुछ हो रहा है, even if it's not correct, they'll keep on bragging about it, or they'll keep on thinking कि नहीं ये बुरा हुआ. They'll sometimes becomes like a Santa Claus, carrying the baggage with them, because they keep on thinking about their past कि अरे ये होना नहीं चाहिए था, ये decision गलत था, ये नहीं होना चाहिए था. They are passive, majorly are doormats. Anyone can कोई भी उनको क्या कहते हैं?
Manipulate.
Yes, manipulate. Correct. Yes, walk over.
Or taken for granted.
Taken for granted. हाँ, इसको बोला तो ये करेगा ही वैसे. I know it.
Now sometimes I feel it is difficult to be assertive without being aggressive. Like you're driving and somebody comes from the wrong side and bangs against your car. And that person says, no, I was right, you are wrong. So at that time you know you are right, but that person doesn't want to listen. So
Maybe just walk away at that point of time. Just don't talk about it.
the car, I can ignore that.
Hey,
Yeah,
that is why they say, assertiveness you should not label with a behavior total. It's a situational base. Sometimes you can be aggressive.
I agree, that might be very, that would be making a hole in your pocket, right? The damage would be making a hole in your pocket. But at that time as well, the other situation, the other person is not willing to listen to whatever you say. Because, the person thinks that he is correct and you are thinking that you are correct. So when two aggressive people come together, I don't think so any solution, yes, there is no solution to it. So either one person has to take a step back and sit back, okay fine ऐसे हुआ है, अभी इसके बाद क्या? Either think of for other solutions that you can come up with. Maybe like go to a police, just take his number, go to a police, tell them that this has happened and it's from a wrong side. Maybe, or if there are CCTV cameras, there are on Western Line, like on Marine Lines and yeah. So at least you can tell those people, you can check. Those things can be done, and you can ask him, please pay for the damage that you have done to me. Yeah.
It's not always the situation.
Yeah, not always, correct. But can we come up with other?
Take out time to go to the police station.
That's also there.
You have to do without a car till it is repaired.
That's there. So what are the alternative solutions that you can think of?
I don't know. At that time, I would say that aggressiveness will take out all
All possible anger.
and quieten him, at least he'll get satisfaction.
At least he knows, okay fine, the other person is angry. He's taking it out.
In that situation, you have to experiment it. अगर सामने वाला दब रहा है with
Exactly.
बाद में, maybe 1 minute aggressive हो रहा है तो then नहीं हो रहा है तो then you have to be assertive.
Sometimes with all that, if you are aggressive, they quieten down.
Yeah, that happens.
That happens,
I
क्या
think
किया मैंने गलती? नहीं, मेरा गलती नहीं था. ऐसा हुआ, आगे वाला ने ऐसा किया, मैंने ऐसा किया, this that. अब मुझे क्यों उसको बोला ना this that? If you hit back, and किया all that, you will say, okay, जाने दो, चलो जाओ.
yeah.
Without the bribes, that is.
Yeah, that happens. I think that would be then situational.
It's very situational.
Yes, it's situational. In what is the condition and in what way you are, what place you are you in a car or are you somewhere else? Right? So it's pretty situational. Like, I think accordingly you need to act and, behave. Like, if other two people again, come.
Like if you don't say aggressively certain things, then you are a doormat. That man will walk over you wholesale.
Also, assertive, not necessary. If you're assertive, as well as your tone of voice, voice and tone, as well as your body language. If it's firm and if it's very firm and clear, I don't think so. People will take you as a doormat then.
Okay.
Yeah. So assertiveness की भी कुछ ऐसे techniques और what you say qualities हैं जिसकी वजह से I don't think so. You might be एक तो लगेगा कि हाँ ये जो बंदा बोल रहा है अभी बहुत हो रहा है. We need to stop this thing, right? ऐसे भी हो सकता है. You're not necessary. You'll be doormat all the time. If you look at the assertiveness skills, then definitely yes. It's just we need to work it on as much as possible. Like, situations to
But
हमारे
if I don't, I'm not aggressive. Then afterwards, I will seethe inside. It's better to bring out that seething feeling in you. I feel sometimes. Then I'll remember, why didn't I do this? Why didn't I say that to you? Why didn't I go to the police? Why didn't I? All those thoughts come,
Correct.
Why did I give him? Why did I let him go? Why did I do this?
So what you can do is you can take a sheet of paper, write it down. Whatever comes through your mind at that time. Okay, and whatever comes, what happens is write as much whatever you feel कि नहीं अभी मेरे को लिखो, आप जितना लिख सकते हो, और उसके बाद go through that whatever you have written.
So that hidden anger comes out.
Or else what you can do is you can write that write whatever thoughts come through your mind on the sheet of paper and just tear it off. At that point you will feel relieved.
Emotional release.
Yes. Catharsis that we say. You are not able to say to another person, then you can write it down. That is more helpful, because another person, no one reads it, no one knows whatever your thoughts are. You are not telling it to other people. You are not thinking about कि उन लोगों को क्या लगेगा अगर मैं ऐसा सोच रही हूँ तो. No one does that. You are writing it on sheet of paper. It's with you and the sheet of paper. That's it. Okay, so you can do that. That's one technique that you can. Yeah, one solution that you can come up.
If both parties are assertive means
that will be good.
That's good. Good communication.
Win-win situation हो गया.
Exactly.
maybe
Yeah.
both parties are assertive.
तो झगड़ा होने के chances कम है.
Come है ना, you will both will go to result.
Yes. Because they will work on result oriented rather than just problem oriented. What happens is whenever there is anger or there is non-assertive behavior, we talk about the problem. We don't talk about the solution. We just talk कि नहीं यही problem था और तुम्हारी वजह से. What happens in CBT and REBT? We say the event causes the C. It's the thought that causes the reaction, not the event. So we need to work on solution oriented things rather than the problem oriented. Where assertiveness stands: your needs aggressive, others needs passive, and assertive is here in between. It's not completely.
Strike a balance.
Yes, strike a balance. It's difficult. It's just we need to inculcate it. Read as much as you can, because see, there are like 24 hours. There are like 24 other situations coming up in front of you in every day, every moment. Now also, when you go out, you might find something like that. Today, while coming here, I got late. The taxi was, सारे जगह पे signal था. I was getting pretty hyper, and I was like, क्या ये क्यों ऐसे हो रहा है? So a lot of things were there. Every possible time, you will find problems, and you will find situations that that will be problem oriented. So you need to see in what way you can try to solve that problem in a particular way. So it's just everything is here. You just need to refocus yourself every time whenever you do something or whenever a situation comes in front of you. Okay, so now the negative attitude and passive behavior, that has lack of confidence, low self-esteem, lack of self-respect, self-put-downs, negative feelings and thoughts about yourself, feelings of inferiority compared to others, like others to be in control of people and situations, feeling guilty towards others and demotivated. How a passive behavior and negative attitude and passive behavior person would think about himself. So these are the few things that one can think about. The next one is negative attitude and aggressive behavior, lack of self-confidence and low self-esteem, lack of respect towards others, put others down, feelings of superiority, like to be in control of people and situation, disinterested in other thoughts and feelings, feeling angry towards others and are quick to blame them, don't listen to or ask questions, dismissive or feedback. Aggressive behavior, recently last week when I was in Nagpur, we had this I attended this lecture from an American faculty, which they talked about anger disorders. So it was also said, is anger good or bad? It's very thin line, to be angry or not to be angry. If you're not, the way you said, if I'm not angry, you're not, certain things or certain things will not be done, right? So I think anger disorder या फिर aggressive behavior में बहुत thin line कह सकते हैं, क्योंकि कभी कभी अच्छा भी होता है और कभी कभी बुरा भी होता है. It should not affect your health. It should not happen कि इतना गुस्सा आ रहा है कि it's affecting your health. He also said, people who are more aggressive, they have BP, they have heart issues, they have a lot of health problems. So they need to see कि anger कौन से level तक जा रहा है. If it's too, because whatever he said, that whenever why people are angry, because they pent up their emotions, they don't take it out. So अगर लाना है तो कभी भी ऐसी उनके साथ में भी पहले कभी situation हुई होगी, अभी वही situation आ रही है, so they are reacting to that situation at that moment. They didn't react it last time when it happened because of certain problems or certain things that they never thought about. And abhi situation aa rahi hai na, so abhi aise hoga to definitely I'll react this way, I'll definitely react this way. So these might be one of the things that बहुत ज़्यादा ऐसे होता है कि anger pent up होता है और जब निकलता है तो बहुत ज़्यादा निकल जाता है, right? Negative, it's also said if anger is negative or positive. So if it's a negative thing, the way I said, अच्छा या बुरा होना, ये भी देखा जाता है.
Actually, no emotion is negative. It is an emotion. That's all. I mean, how you look at it at that time.
Correct.
That is the main. Even anger also, sometimes, see, to be angry, it affects your own health.
Correct.
But sometimes anger is good, knowing that you be angry for good reason.
Yeah. If you think that your anger can make your work done.
Yes.
Possibility.
Intention should be good.
Yes, intentions needs to be good.
Your intention should be not to harm others.
Correct.
But intention is for result. Then it is good. So
It's
that
good.
is when,
Yeah.
no emotion is good or bad. Even
Okay.
fear, we say every emotion is serving some purpose.
Correct. If you're not fearful, then you're not doing certain tasks.
And
Right.
it is your skill how you use that.
That's true. You were saying something you wanted to? No. I just thought so. Negative attitude and manipulative behavior. Lack of self-confidence, the same earlier. Lack of low self-esteem. Lack of self-respect and lack of self-respect for others. Mistrustful and suspicious of others' motives, negative feelings and thoughts about self and others. Feeling very wary towards others. Dishonest and indirect. Twist what others have said. I think all the Saas Bahu Saga serials we can think about that. Twist what others have said. What would be the situation? Any situation, because I don't watch these serials.
Actually, just as you said, yes, Saas Bahu is one kind of an episode. But there are several, like you come across people, they're so I mean, you can't just say anything, but you can realize it. They are so cunning, dishonest, or it is there. For example, I'll tell you something. I met a person who just blindly hated me because I eat non-veg.
Okay, that's the belief.
Now
Yeah.
this is her belief. It was a lady, and again she belonged to some other caste, creed, religion. I have no clue. Like I've seen, like I myself am a persona trainer, and I've seen people doing that. Like, oh, you wear yellow shirt. My goodness, hey, this is a free country. People have fundamental rights.
Yes.
You don't realize it, but no one takes that. It doesn't. Me and my wife, we both are into education, and sometimes we tell our son the friends he has. I have a teenager, 18, 19-year-old boy, and I tell him, young man, be very smart. Again, you grew up in Ghatkopar and you are in Jamnabai, Juhu. The Juhu culture is different.
Correct.
Don't bring that culture home. Again, like children are like.
Correct.
They take bad things very quick.
Very quick. And they take it because it's a peer. The group mentality that we say. Follow the group.
And it is existing. Like I had gone on a session on stress. These are the main reasons. people stress people.
Yes, yes.
I don't know
Because of
why.
I think manipulation, like twisting. What इनको ऐसे लगता है कि तुम ऐसे बंदे हो या फिर he's talking bad things about you.
True.
Right.
Here what I see at is, it is the plain truth that we all wear a mask. No one is exception. Because it is quite likely we behave in certain way, but actually inside we may not.
Correct.
So in any dealing, our mind should be clear. If some other persons behave in that way, just judge it, what is good for you, and go ahead. That's all. And accept it. If he is manipulating, let it be. He is doing his own way.
Exactly.
What-
It's his choice and it's
Yeah,
his
it is
decision.
his choice.
Yeah.
Because I have also behaved in certain that way many a times. So why I should get angry?
Yes.
Only thing, in that situation, what is right for me, take it and go ahead.
Correct.
And be assertive.
Correct.
ये मेरे को अच्छा है, this is my way, accept or not accept.
Correct. Correct.
This is also very true, where I have seen, as you rightly said earlier, labeling people.
Yes.
Or in general, like when I was in US, like there was a lady who said, "Oh, Bill Clinton, he was a terrible president." Why? Just because of that one case, Monica Lewinsky. Okay, that's it. Like, all his life. But again, like, are we really, this, example is like we see across people. And like, why do we work very hard to find out more ill things about the person? Am I right?
Yeah.
It is very, I don't know, I mean, I'm not into psychology. But I've seen people, they have to वो
That-
इसी चीज को पकड़ के लेके
That's
बैठे
the
हुए।
curiosity that they have ना ये क्या होता है.
And like, like I've seen people giving
इसीलिए
general
मैगजीन ज़्यादा
statements.
चलते हैं ना, gossip magazine.
Exactly.
A lot of people give
Yeah.
general statements. Like,
Yeah.
oh my goodness, this Muslim, be aware. Can't do that, man.
Correct.
I'm into corporate training and I've seen people telling you, like, work for Walt Disney World, where they tell you there should be zero racism. You will be gone. History.
Correct.
The
Correct.
union will not save you. Gone. So that is something people have to drill and
Yes,
drill. And it has
I
to
think in
work this
Indian
way.
culture it's more because the Maharashtra now in Mumbai it's like cosmopolitan. So I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
everyone is pretty flexible and they know each other's culture and the kind of festivals that are celebrated in Mumbai. It's pretty normal. So if you go to other parts of the state or the city, you will not find such things. Oh, ये ऐसा है. बहुत बार हो सकता है ना. Maybe like people coming from Bihar.
Very true.
And
Level,
isn't it the fact that these 2 points, mistrustful and suspicious of others, voters and dishonest, and feel very wary towards others? So these are the results of the conditions which we have gone through, conditioned
Correct.
by life.
Correct,
Very
correct.
true, very true.
That's very true.
Very true.
So that is what brings it out in a negative
Yes,
manner.
yes. Because that
There
you
is
have
something
seen.
said that, हम ऐसे ही हैं. We are just like
We are
that.
like that only.
Correct.
No, that is because see our Eastern culture and Western culture. Western culture, they don't go into personal life.
They do not.
Yes.
So they say ये personal life है जो भी है. But we are keen in this. They like you said, veg, non-veg. क्या है? It's a personal life.
And we are so keen
And
to
an
find out
example
what do
to
you
his
do.
life is living in another woman.
Yeah.
In America, nobody was it because
Nobody
everybody
does
does
that.
it.
Yeah.
It's a personal life.
Like because I think post 16 the child also gets out of his house. He's like, I'm buying a new house for myself. Yeah.
We are since birth, we are trained in that way.
Very true.
Correct.
Walk in the personal life,
Yes.
this thing, and then ये bad है, ये अच्छा है, because
हाँ.
of belief.
Also like जो घर में सबसे बड़े हैं उनकी परमिशन लो तभी तुमको करने मिलेगा. नहीं तो तुमको नहीं करने मिलेगा.
True. There's a wonderful saying, you are what your mother is, you are what your teacher was, and you are what the people and the friends and family you live with.
Correct.
It's
That's
very true. Very,
That's
very, very true.
because
I've
that
seen
influences you a lot in all
Absolutely.
possible
A
ways.
very concrete influence. Very concrete. I've even seen several people, those like in US person, like this is his 3rd marriage. Oh my goodness. Oh God, hello, that's his life, man.
I know.
Come on, leave it alone. Can we talk something else? But people just want to know. Oh, he's a smoker. Now watch out. Oh, this guy gambles. This guy is doing this. He has run away with some other lady, and he is robbed. You know, all ill things we catch up.
But sometimes they are good, sometimes they are not.
Sometimes yes,
Yeah.
attentive and being alert is quite
Yes,
all right as
yes.
far as things don't come back. But labeling that person is wrong,
Yes.
I feel.
Yes,
At
yes.
that particular time.
For that matter, even Hitler, you know, he killed so many people. We labeled him so much that he's totally bad person. But if you see, he was a very good painter.
And he was very good influencer.
Yes,
As a
very good
leader.
orator.
And leader also he was very good.
Yes.
Only thing in a certain part negative way. But
So
otherwise he
is
was very
Ravan.
good.
So is Ravan.
I was just going to
Yeah.
say about Ravan. Just going to say that. A
Yes.
greatest faithful person, and like, you know, his dedication towards knowledge and education was amazing. Patience and everything. Again, people do foolish things.
Yeah, that's one. So that's manipulative behavior. Positive attitude and assertiveness, high self-confidence and high self-esteem, respect for self and towards others, take responsibility for self would be like, you know, taking decisions, whatever, you know, accepting and taking responsibility of the decisions that I make, and those are my mistakes, and I am a human being, so I can make mistakes. Motivated to do a good job, interested in others' feelings and thoughts, ask questions, honest and direct, listen to others, ask others for feedbacks. High assertiveness and low assertiveness. High assertiveness would be firm handshake, eye contact constant, a lot of verbal communications, question will challenge information, make points, firm statements of direction and thought, body gestures to emphasize communication, voice volume can be high, quick speed of words, voice emphasis with emotion, easily communicates, fast moving. Low assertiveness would be soft handshake, intermediate eye contact, the negatives are the lower side of the positive ones. How to develop a communication? Build positive relationship. Note that we don't see this. 30% of the communication is verbal, other 70% is non-verbal. The way you ask me, how do I know? That is the reason. Develop a non-verbal assertive behavior, because we talk a lot with the body language, with the non-verbal eye contact ho gaya, facial expressions ho gaye, you know, how we move our eyebrows, how we talk, how we walk, everything that way.
It is said now you cannot not communicate.
Develop a non-verbal assertive behaviors. These are about voice tone, gestures, eye contact, facial expressions and posture. Social signaling, like, you know, the way we are talking right now. Okay, something is happening, you're nodding your head because you understood something, right? So that way. Non-verbal behaviors definitely influence your impact on others. For example, look directly at another person when addressing them. Also create an environment of mutual interest and respect. That, you know, yes, you are interested, yes, I am interested in whatever you're talking right now, and I respect your opinion and your facts as well. Expressing yourself, taking ownership of your thoughts, feelings and opinion, assertive body language, expressing criticism, also taking criticism. Like, you know, someone has criticized you, they are criticizing your behavior at that particular situation, not totally you as a whole. You know, maybe a task given to you, so you did not behave or you did not do it correctly. So that's a particular task is not done correctly. Also, constructive criticism would be the sandwich form, one positive, another negative, and the third one would be positive. So whenever you give some criticism or constructive criticism, make it sure that you have it in a sandwich form. Make it like you see a McDonald's burger, the buns on the outside and the burger is in the sugar. It's the inside. You know, so the outside would be the positive, the inside would be the one negative. So you don't make other person feel कि अरे मैंने तो सारा नेगेटिव किया. Like corporate lifestyle में आपको बहुत ज़्यादा दिखेगा कि negative बोला जाता है. So maybe you can form it in a constructive way. So this would be one approach that you can go ahead with. Be clear about your needs and rights, asking for what you want, saying no to what you don't want. Use direct, open and honest communication, taking responsibility, respecting others and not violating their rules, their rights. Others will feel comfortable, know where you stand, and respect for your honesty. Your needs get met, you experience less stress and more satisfaction with life in general if you follow all these things. The skill of helping the person to commit to changing his or her behavior from non-assertive to assertive is SMART. You have to be SMART. SMART would be specific, measurable, achievable, realistic and time oriented. It's like a action plan that you have in your mind. So you have to be SMART. So try it, formulate it in this particular way. Problems in assertiveness training or assertiveness skill. The first major problem for assertion training involves negative evaluation of assertive people by others. Confusion between assertion and aggression. Problem involves transfer of training, the difficulty experienced by trainees in generalizing assertive from the training context to the real life situation. The way you came up with this, assertive hona ya aggressive hona hai, kaise react karna hai, right? So that way. Finally, some of the difficulties in applying assertiveness training outside the training context may be due to intuitive training procedures that are adequately based in research. At the end, assertiveness is really about knowing what isn't and what is assertive communication and what it will and will not do. Seizing opportunities to be more assertive. I would also say make conscious efforts. Whenever such situation comes in, make conscious efforts that you try to formulate and certain words or certain body language that you are assertive. So as much as conscious efforts that you take, that will you will be able to practice more because you are taking efforts. Every time you see कि हाँ मुझे assertively बात करनी है या फिर assertively body language को लेके आना है. Academic success and it helps fulfill your career and life ambitions.